Fuck out of here, fool.
This is where you come to be locked in a conversation. Facts, news, opinions, debating on all the latest. Won't say that we the best, just mention us with the greatest. Even words you heard before gon' sound better when we say it. Got my ear to the streets, but my eye to the sky. I look up at the clouds, I'm thankful to be alive. Every day's a special guest, I'm thankful that it arrived. I've been blessed by the best, if you know him, you know the vibes. I've been out here chillin' with my coach G Dillon, who got his own opinions, I let him tell you what is it. Out here kicking more for less, and you don't really wanna miss it. So subscribe to the channel, leave a like with every visit is 10.
Welcome back. We're back at you once again, the 1011 Showcast. I'm your favorite host, DJ 1011, my guest host, my co-host, I'm sorry.
G Dillon.
And I said that because we got a guest co-host. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, y'all? It's Buddy and Black from Watch Me Not TV.
Man, go ahead on with that sex. You hear his voice and shit. He sound all sexy and shit.
Oh, I get rough with it.
You always trying to sound smooth and suave and shit.
No, that's my man Buddy and Black. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in some of the same neighborhoods, Humboldt Park, all that. You know, West Side thing.
Salute.
So I got another West Side guy up here with me on GS today, the South Side guy.
Man, we probably need some help, man. You know, it's a Southside cast, man. We own some shit, so.
Hey, how y'all feeling, though? You know I got to check y'all mental. How you feeling, Buddy and Black? You good?
I'm feeling great, man. I feel like a champion today, man.
Feel good? You feel good, G?
It's all good.
Y'all looking good. Y'all looking like $1 million, man. You know what I'm saying? Pause. So I don't want y'all to be thinking no other funny business.
Hold on. It's going to be a long car ride home. I won't be thinking about that shit later.
Getting a little too familiar.
Hey, get familiar.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I stop at. I draw the line at shoes, man. I take my shoes off. That's where I stop.
hey, I don't want none of that shit. But no, man, I feel good though, man. Back to do another show. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of shit to talk about too, man. Got a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. A lot of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Guys don't want to take care of their kids, which leads me to this guy, Anthony Edwards, who Anthony Edwards is a hell of a basketball player. I'm kind of disappointed at how he around here just slanging sausage, making kids every motherfucking where.
Oh, shit.
And then he don't want to take care of them. What's y'all thoughts on that? I know y'all done heard about the Anthony Edwards issue. I don't know how in-depth y'all are, but what y'all think about that, man?
Hey, man, it's one thing to have a bunch of babies out there in the world and, you know, something going to happen, though. You got to father them, right? Or else you going to have these kids coming at your neck. In some years, they growing up without a dad. That's an absence. At the same time, we got to hold the ladies accountable, too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if they know he having a bunch of kids and they don't have a problem with it, we can't put all the accountability on him. He a young dude. He a star. He damn near a baby goat. Like, we'll see what happens. I hope he has a great career, great future. It's looking good for him. But, yeah, they putting a lot on him. You know, they putting a lot on him. But then again, he
putting a lot on them, too.
Yeah,
he laying the wood.
He put it right back. Yeah.
What's your take on it, G?
So, he kind of represent kind of like this generation to a certain degree. They just kind of seem like all of that don't matter, and having all these kids don't really matter to them, and that's the girls and the guys, because it kind of makes you seem like a lot of these girls, they just looking to get the bag, but he's out here making it available for them, and now for you to sit up and say, oh well, you know, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. And well, I'm thinking that the court system gonna have a little something different to say about that, along those lines. You know, then you get with him, you get into the discussion how they want to make him the face of the league, and he's saying he don't want to come anywhere close to that. Which out of all the dumb shit he says and does, that's about the most self-aware thing I've heard him say, and that's that I kind of know I'm fucked up, so.
He ain't gonna have no choice.
Yeah, and I don't need that spotlight on me because I'm out here living it the way I want to live it.
Yeah, he just want to hoop.
Yeah, he just. Well, I obviously want to do a little more than just hoop. But you know, he just kind of wild, and then he's gonna understand at some point that keeping all that chaos surrounding you is just gonna be hard to maintain your game and your focus You know, he's young now, so he don't have to really work out like he is gonna have to work out to maintain that high level of physical fitness. So it just ain't no, it's no real upside to the way he's trying to move. But we'll see.
But
what y'all think about vasectomies then?
I'm big on vasectomy.
Yeah.
I actually had the schedule to get a vasectomy, and then COVID came. I had an appointment, everything, and I ain't went back, which I still want to do. But I had an appointment for a vasectomy. I'm all for it. If you don't want to have no more motherfucking kid, what you think, buddy?
I mean, I think I just don't really want my nuts snipped on. So I don't know enough. I might not know enough about it. Because I told my lady the same excuse. Like, you know, it's COVID and shit. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that shit yet. But no, I think, yeah, if you out here just wilding out, you about to have one baby in each state, you might need to take care of business.
And then especially when you saying I don't want to have nothing to do with them. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's kind of like what G said. This generation is kind of fucked up, men and women. Because the way Nick Cannon having kids everywhere, like you said, every state. But he is trying to do what he can. He ain't saying, like, I don't want to have nothing to do with him. He's my child. You know what I'm saying? So he is taking that run. I was just pissed off that Anthony Edwards, like, I don't want to have nothing to do with the child. I'm signing away with my rights. To me, if any one of my buddies ever told me that about a child, know that I won't fuck with you.
Oh, yeah, that's weak as hell.
That's just me.
Let me just put it out here. For me, it's just this glorification of this hood bullshit ass lifestyle, and he want to live this crazy lifestyle. Motherfucker, grow up. Right. You make your mind match your money.
Right.
You know what I mean? You out here living like you living in the hood somewhere, and now you acting like you want to have no responsibility or accountability. First of all, you're a black man in the United States. It ain't a day in your life you're not gonna have some accountability for whether anything that you do,
even shit you don't do,
even the shit that you don't do. Exactly. So now here you are, you want to just wash your hands of it. No, dog. It don't work like that. And it's not supposed to work like that. Yeah, these girls out here foul. Don't get me wrong, these girls out here foul.
Very.
But you need to wake up and protect yourself.
But like we said, when do the accountability? Because the main chick right now that he's having the public super issue with, she got a baby by a little baby, a rapper. The other girl he with got a baby by Chief Keef, the rapper. So you already know kind of what these girls is, so you got to take accountability too. You having baby by all these guys, rappers, girls, and shit. You know they are in for the bag, and the women bogus as hell too. Because she tried to file in California and had the baby in Atlanta because she tried to get more money. So that's trifling as fuck too. And the judge told her, nah, you got to file in Georgia. We know what you're doing. But for him to just say, I don't want to have nothing to do, that's the part that just fucked me up. I could never have a child seed out here and be like, yeah, I had a baby. I mean, buddy, I had a baby and fuck that kid. Nah, that's.
I mean, he out here picking these ran through girls. So you know, that's what that looked like.
Yeah,
you know, them the girls you picking, that's what you look like.
And you bring up a great point though, right? They say you become 5 people that you're around the most. So who the fuck is around him?
Exactly.
Somebody need to say something to him because like if that's your people, you really gotta. Hey man, I ain't fucking with this shit you doing. Like, we gonna have to have a conversation, man to man, woman to man, whatever, however it go. But his people around him, they gotta have some say, right?
Yeah.
You can't just be yes man. If you surrounded by a bunch of yes man, you out here.
And that's what be happening. When they get all this money, they get a bunch of yes men. And I ain't gonna say nobody don't address it, but the motherfucker who got the money is the boss. So first thing he do, get the fuck out of here. Now he ain't around you. He getting around a bunch of yes men. That's why he's structuring it like that. So I ain't gonna say he ain't have nobody around. He is young. I give him a little grace because he is young as hell. He down to my daughter age. I think I was 23, my daughter 22. So I give him a little grace on that. I hope he come back around. But right now I can't mess with what he's talking about.
Yeah, but he in a league with veterans, a lot of veterans. He just got through playing on the Olympic team with the veterans. And you know, like what I would be interested to find out, like, what was his take from them? Tell me something that you learned from them. You know, during them few weeks that y'all were together. Tell me what you learned. And he just seemed like he unaware and he want to be unaware. He just want to be out there kicking it like a kid.
Growth, man. You gotta soak up some game. You can't just be out here just being around people that know better, done better, and you don't want nothing to do with whatever they got to say. Like I know it already, right? Like, that's the mentality.
Right, exactly.
Like nah, you talking to me, but I'm not listening.
Cause I always been big on like taking care of your child, provide for your child. You shouldn't be bringing kids out here if you don't. But I also know if a motherfucker gave me $100 million at 23, how ignorant I would have been. I would have been at 23 years old with hundreds of millions of dollars. That's a lot. It's a lot. Kind of like what G said, he don't want to be the face of the league and shit. But some of this shit, it come with the same thing with the face. It come with the territory. Because with you not being the face either, a lot of that money gets subtracted. See, they want the money, but then they don't want to take the brunt. It's just like the child. Like, it comes with it. Like Ja. You see Ja now, they don't even really talk about Ja Morant no more. Because he fucked it up. You think he ain't fuck a lot of money up along the way? Come with it. So, you know what I'm saying? If you go somewhere, and we say we want you to be the super CEO of this company, and it comes with a certain level of professionalism to get this money. This $400K we giving you a year. You can't just be out here. It don't work like that.
Hey, the job don't always stop after you punch out. You know.
It don't. It don't. When I'm giving you $100 million, it don't stop like that.
Yeah.
Only reason Anthony Edwards is getting away with this right now because he is 23, and they know they can still make a bunch of money. But just say if LeBron was to do that now and have 4 babies in 2 years, they'll be done with him. They already done milked him dry. But they know Anthony Edwards, he still got a big upside. He's young. They can make a bunch of money off him. So they give you a little leeway. That's how they did Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, practice. And they was pushing it on the rug. He got older. They put his ass out the league. So that's how it goes. So don't never think you bigger than the game, though. They using you. They use you.
I mean, but even a guy like Iverson, there's different periods when he was at his height, his highest points where, the league made some moves to slap him down. The whole dress code thing.
Oh, for sure.
That was all Allen Iverson.
That was Allen Iverson.
Him and Derek Coleman.
Yeah.
But mainly Allen Iverson.
But like Buddy and Black just said, it don't stop when you punch out the clock and shit. We getting you $100 million, dude. I want you to kind of.
Yeah, this is an investment. These are real investments. People want return on their investment.
Exactly.
Hey, we're not playing with that $100 million.
I mean, we got this up here. This is on a small level, but me and G has always made an emphasis. We don't want to fuck with guys. We don't want to interview drill rappers who beefing and shit, because it still makes us look certain bad. Like, oh, them the type of guys they be dealing with, and it mess up future money. That me and G get like, oh, I don't want to deal with them. Yep. They gonna get the studio shot up or something. We get our money. Guys coming up, so yeah, some stuff. But yeah, you out here having kids, take care of your kids, man. Take care of your kids. A strap up, vasectomy, like Buddy and Black said. Do something, man, because I'm all for it. You don't want to have no children or nothing. I heard you mention, too, your lady don't want no more children. I know you got one child. You got a daughter.
Yeah, we got one daughter. Hell no.
You want more, though?
Nah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Having kids is a beautiful thing. I grew up thinking like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have a son. He going to carry my last name and all these other things. But shit, I had a daughter, and she chilled me the fuck out. I'm like, damn, that's what I needed, actually, in my life. Like, that shit was great. We just happy with it. We try and pour our energy into our daughter, like, but we, never know what the future holds, right? We had our daughter young, so that make a big difference too and shit like that, because people will be like, hey, when I'm gonna get another grandkid? I'm like, shit, I done got grandkid money, man. We got kids at home.
See that's part of you taking the responsibility as a man. You know your finances or whatever. You right now we ain't dealing with that, because you have motherfuckers out here living in cars and they got 4 kids living in the car. When the fuck y'all homeless? You made this baby since y'all been homeless. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Hey, so that's crazy.
I mean, the fact that you had yours young and all of that makes perfectly good sense to me, because don't nobody want to be me, the old dude with a college kid and still in college and whatnot. And that's my man and all, but woo.
Yeah.
I be looking at
right?
And you conscious of that, though. You conscious of that. We gonna move on. We'll check back on this later, but we got another guy, one of our Chicago brethren. He going through it too, man. I ain't gonna just say the child, but he was married. He had 2 children. I'm talking about Amon Shepard. He's getting divorced from Tiana Taylor, where the divorce is final now, and they raped them pockets, man. They got them pockets, man. They got them pockets. So Tiana Taylor, man, she got the houses. Of course, she got the kids. She got to pay like $8,000 a month. You got to pay for private school. He didn't. I ain't seen nothing he got. So
he got a condo, I think, in like Miami.
oh, okay, they let him keep it.
in another spot. And then they saying that they're not sure if he still had interest in a place that he rented in New York. And there was something else I saw this morning that he got, but all that shit that she got, I didn't know he had it like that. I was like, damn.
That's that NBA money.
I didn't know he had that to lose.
And he was on the lower tier NBA player. So imagine what these guys getting this shit.
Yeah, but yeah, she got the big house in Georgia that was on the show, and there's another couple of houses. She killed him.
She just took him for everything he got. It seemed like, I mean, he must obviously have more.
He might have more. Yeah.
But so we hear a lot, right, where it's not really a 50-50 split. So somebody help me make that make sense, right? Like when Kobe and his lady had divorced way back, and she took what a couple.
It didn't go through, but she was gonna get it. Remember they reconciled.
So that's what I'm saying. Like how. Okay, 50-50, if we built this shit together, that makes sense. I'm with that. Okay, and you could take the TV or some shit like that. Fuck it. But at what point, hey, you going to take 60, 70, 80? You going to take my pension?
We do know overall, and it's double standard. This shit just ain't fair. And when you get to talking about marriage, majority of the people who don't want to get married is men. Because of them reasons. Women always up for getting married and shit. It's turning a little bit, man, who don't give a fuck, they go after the women, but you know, as a macho thing, most of the time men don't go after women. So women always wind up on the upper echelon of coming out good on that shit if it's some money involved. And that's just the thing, like we were just talking about the child, they be like, the man can't make a woman get a divorce, it ain't 50-50. That's life, man. That's just, So you need to be careful. You need to, if you got money going into this, you need to sign a prenup, man. You need to, because the man gonna get fucked. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. 9 times out of 10, when they got the money, the man get fucked. What you think, G? What's your take on that?
It's no question about it. I mean, if you look at the list of like the top 5 richest women in the world, I think almost all of them got it like
from
through a divorce.
Yep.
You know, so but you gotta kind of have to understand that. And then, you know, like with Shumpert, you know, he out there infidelities and all that. So now he already in a position to be on the low end. But then she mad at him too. Like, dog, you hurting yourself, and whatever messy shit you was doing, you was a little too messy, because here you are, and yeah. And I mean, he's still gonna have I didn't realize he was still as young as he only like 34.
Yeah, he young. Them guys be young. Yeah, he young.
It seemed like he could still be playing.
I think he could have and shit, but my chef want to be a rapper, smoke weed all day and shit. So
you know, and so you know, he seemed like he got a lot of podcast stuff going on, and
he was on the Shy. He played on the Shy.
Yeah, sure. They played a good role. Yeah. So I mean, he got stuff going on, and he'll be all right.
But if the bulk of your money that you have get taken away from you,
look at buddy,
and you done lost the prime of your shit, like your time, like, hey, I made all that money 5 years ago. In the past X amount of years, there's no guarantee I'm gonna make that back. That's fast. So like, I'm like, damn, they don't even account for the rest of his life. Dude. And I don't know their finances. I don't know their story. I'm sure she deserves something, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, she deserves something.
You know,
but I guess he got an attorney just like she did. You know, so it's all a negotiation. And then you have to look at another thing that people act like they don't want to talk about. Why didn't he get a prenup?
That's what I said. Like,
shit don't even last sometimes.
If you know you got money, you got a better leg to stand on than not having one. So if you know you got some money, and cause you know I done dealt with this with my lady and shit before. They be like, just guys like us. We ain't got no millions and shit, but you know these conversations come up and it always start a bunch of shit with women and men, and it be such a big divide. And they always be like, y'all be worried about not getting married? You ain't even got shit. Like, y'all always worry about getting married. You the average guy, you don't got shit.
And they still won't have it that.
but and that's the thing. Like, I heard a guy, a lawyer is talking about that. He's like, the guy with less shit it's more beneficial. He said, because, okay, you worth $150 million and you lose 100 of that. You still got $50 million. You're going to be just fine. True. You got $500,000 in assets, and you lose 2/3 of that. Now what? Where are you at? Yeah. He said, so now who benefits from a prenup more?
But see me just for instance, like if my girl was with me and I was broke, I don't got a problem splitting it down the middle. But if I came into this shit with bread, you signing a prenup. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I think she deserved a lot. If she came up with me, she with me when I ain't had shit. So I'm cool on that, me personally. But if I come into this with money, you signing the prenup. Fuck that. You ain't just gonna take half my money. You ain't help me get shit. Cause no matter how much person want to say it, like, oh, she ain't help me do this. I did this. I did that. When you with somebody, when you broke, they help you at some point mentally, something. You know what I'm saying? When you stressing through it. So, especially if they have your child, like, I ain't got no problem with that. But yeah, if I come into this with some money, you meet me and I got millions already, your ass signing the prenup. I don't give a fuck. We just won't get married.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that shit don't make no sense.
It don't make sense to do it, but
man, fuck all that common law shit. Like,
nah.
Hey, man, I'm going to have to hide some shit underground or something. Be a fresh ass hole in the backyard and shit, a bunch of money in it.
Hey, trust me, women do it all the time. Women, they steal from guys. They hide the money, all that. They have a stack of money and shit when they get divorced and shit. They have money.
I mean, I've had the conversation in my head about, like, if I just woke up one day and everything was different and I was worth a whole bunch of money, like how I would handle it, what I would do. And I probably wouldn't get married. You know, I'd have.
Yeah, if you woke up and you was single though.
Yeah. And I would,
Yeah.
you know, I'd probably have a couple girls and I'd put them up in some spots or whatever. And you know, this is what we doing. But I would probably try to live my life to where they really didn't even know how much I was even worth.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
That's me. Yeah, that's me. All of us said the same shit. That's why we fuck with each other, because all of us thought the same way. Because I always thought like that. Like, I don't want people, even now, like you said, I'm not broke, but I'm not rich. But you're not going to catch me on Instagram with money. And I don't want people to know I got money. I'm just like that. Like, I know the dude look like he doing all right, but I don't know what he got. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want people to look at me. Like, I don't know what he got. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got the flashiest car. He ain't got the roadie with all the down. I ain't got to have all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I want peace and happiness. So
that's worth more.
It's worth more. Hell yeah.
So they say.
Shit, yeah. Then again, I ain't never had money like that.
Right.
Hey, I mean,
I'm still stressed.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right for myself, and I'm living a decent standard of living. But a motherfucker can't tell me that 1.5 million hit my bank account. A whole lot of problems I got is out the window.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I'm sleeping a whole lot better.
Fuck yeah.
That's true.
Oh, fuck, when I get a little extra money, I'm unexpected. I feel like that. It might be about 800. Like, oh shit, I go open the mailbox.
Damn.
So I know if I get 1.5, shit.
I'm living my best life.
Yeah, I might forget to pay my taxes. You give me 1.5,
Right.
I'm up.
You gotta take precautions with that shit though. If you know you got money, and I know everybody want to trick you, and the women trick you, man. They take you in that room, they give you that good loving. You gonna make me sign a prenup? You gotta be like, yep. So shit.
Like, hell yeah. That shit gonna be tatted on my stomach, man.
Exactly.
That's what y'all talking about.
So you gotta protect it. Like Buddy said, you worked hard to get that money just to give it away. Nah.
Yeah, that shit wild.
That ain't a good move.
What you say? It just don't make it make sense, huh?
Make it make sense. Man. And hey, for all I know, he said, "Fuck, I don't give a fuck. Take all that shit. I'm about to make it back."
It kind of seemed like he just didn't want to. He just didn't feel like being bothered anymore. Like it was just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That's basically what they said, and they was saying about the kid. Like, it's just such a pain in the ass. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People do forget about the kids a lot, right? You go through this nasty ass breakup online. The
They
kids
always-
might even be babies or some shit. They gonna grow the fuck up and see this one
They
day.
They suffer the most. Kids suffer the most, man. They suffer more than anybody, and people don't think about that. It's like you said, they gonna grow up and see this and like, damn, you talking about mama on here? You release some nasty pictures out online? Like, that's crazy. You got a child. I always say that when people belittle their child's mother or something in the public like that, like, it's still your child, brother.
Where is she
50
from?
Cent. She from New York.
She from New
She's
York.
from Harlem. Yeah, she's from Harlem, New York. Tiana Taylor.
I ain't gonna lie, she cold as hell.
She's super talented.
Yeah.
Oh, super talented.
Yeah,
she
cool.
got a nice body and shit. I mean, she talented. She sings. She do directing. She know how to dance. She's super talented sister. And I like Tiana Taylor. I like them together, so I hate that happened.
Yeah, they always seemed like they was a pretty nice couple.
Yeah.
But,
I like
you
them
know how
together.
dudes are, they get bored and shit.
Hey, it could have been her too. So I don't know. She probably kept her. You know, they a little more slicker than us.
Like under the spotlight, man. Shit rough.
Hey, but yeah. Hey, take care of what y'all supposed to take care of, fellas. So, hey, did y'all see LeBron and Stephen A. Smith interaction?
Oh yeah, talking about taking care of things. You gotta take care of the family, man. Sometimes you gotta stand on that shit.
So you with it, oh?
I'm with all the bullshit for my kid. All to play devil's advocate. It's like, damn, he was doing his job, and maybe we could have did this shit somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a big advocate. We go to the bathroom, have a scrap. You know? Nobody gotta even be there. Like so, you know, to do it on national television. I mean, it was a big broadcast. Some people even saying like, was it staged? You know, trying to get more ratings in the NBA, bring more drama to it. I don't know. I don't see LeBron like that. You know, he has a great character.
Dude don't need no money. He don't need that type of shit.
But I'm all for it. Hey, like he gonna take on whatever responsibility, whatever comes with that. You know, but he's standing on shit for his kid. You know, at the end of the day, it's hard to fight against that.
Yeah. What you think, dude?
I kind of think like, I don't understand like Stephen A's whole why he's still talking about that. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he media.
Like, but the boy been playing in the G League and actually been playing pretty good, from what I'm hearing and seeing. You know, he done made a couple forays back and forth. You know, depending on what the roster's looking like, has come up to the big league or whatever. And I mean, he just out here doing this thing and then Stephen A. acting like the boy, he the only bum in the league. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? He just don't have that name. But there's a whole bunch of cats just like him at the end of rosters in the league, bouncing back and forth between the big roster and the G League.
And you don't really hear about that.
And you really don't hear about that. So why is he constantly standing on that? And then he's saying shit, well, you know, this between me and LeBron and LeBron the father, and like he like a bad father, you know. Yeah. So he doing what he do, which is too much and saying too much. And I kind of think that's where LeBron kind of drawing the line, like you going past the line and you doing too much and talking too much shit about something at this point don't really matter to anybody else. You the only motherfucker that's really still talking about this shit.
He ain't the only motherfucker talking about it. They be talking about that shit daily. They talk about that shit daily. But now my take on it, like you said, I play a little bit of devil advocate. Your son is your son. LeBron is saying everything a celebrity prospect could see, but he ain't dealt with this before. Because it is his child, like Buddy and Black said. It is his son. You can get emotional about it. I don't know what his lady's saying at home. His lady might be crying like, damn, they just dogging him, man. Right. But through all of this shit, and it's kind of what Stephen A. said, I kind of blame LeBron for a lot of this shit. Because I think LeBron put too much pressure on his son. I think he pressured him to come out when it wasn't time for him to come out. Then LeBron went on national TV and said his son better than half the people in the league. He did say that before he got in the league. And he don't live up to that shit. And he's LeBron James. So they gonna dog you. You talk about your son was all this, mother can't average 5 points. So it's gonna come out like that. They gonna dog him. They gonna talk shit. I can't say I fault LeBron for doing that, like you said, because that is his child. But I think he shouldn't have did it, because now you're gonna have all these guys. They want that attention. They want that attention. Like, oh, that bother him. I want him to approach me. And so then they going to go even harder on his son. We got him. Because I'm a big advocate for, like, never let him see you sweat. Mm-hmm. But LeBron's been through a lot. This motherfucker has held this cool for a long time. So, and he didn't get loud over there. He didn't do nothing. You could just tell he was stern in what he was saying face to face. And then he walked off. So, I ain't saying he wrong. I ain't saying he right. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of the scrutiny come from LeBron pressure. I don't think he was ready to go to the league. And I know Bronny don't want to tell his dad no, because his dad didn't want to play with him. Kid just had a heart attack. Like he wasn't ready for that. Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, exactly. So he probably ain't even mentally. I don't know how he feel. Physically, I don't know how he feel. So that's why I said I blame LeBron for a lot of that shit. Then he said, "Oh, Bronny better than half people in the league." So now they looking. We looking for that shit. It's like when the Bulls drafted the cool coach and they were saying he was better than Jordan. Jordan wanted to see. They tore his ass up. Yeah. Pause. But they wanted to see how good you is since we talked. So a lot of that scrutiny, and that's what Stephen A. said. Like, I ain't really been talking about Bronny. I talked about him, like him and shit. Like, I ain't really been talking about bro. I've been talking about him and how he was unfair in this process. And that's kind of my deal on it. I just feel like LeBron gave the kid a whole bunch of pressure he shouldn't be dealing with right now.
So when I hear LeBron, all he said is that the boy wanted to play in the league and that he was doing what a father does, which I get. But I kind of thought that they responded a little too frantically when he had the heart attack. Yeah. That he really should have played another year in college.
That's what I thought.
I kind of get, though, them saying, time to go, and start moving in that direction rather than, I guess in their mind, it would be wasting a year in college. But I kind of felt like, to me, it was a distinct drop-off in his play
That's a lot of pressure.
Before he got, from before he had the heart attack, and then he came back, it just seemed like he didn't have enough time to really kind of get his feet back under him.
And that's what I was a big advocate for.
Because they had this timetable already established. And I just kind of felt like when something unusual like that happens, some changes have to be made to the timetable.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they tried to still squeeze.
Nah, he should have played. He should have played at least another year just to see where he at, man. Cause we don't know how this kid feel.
Because the problem is,
I was 19, 20 before, and my mom would be like, "You all right?" I'd be like, "Yeah." You don't tell your mom, and you ain't that open. Like I'm open with my mom now. I tell her like, "No, I don't like that and all that." But when you that age, you got all this pressure. Your dad want to play with you. You probably like, "Yeah, I'm fine," and I ain't fine. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, all in all, I think he should have stayed in school. You know what I'm saying?
A big question in the air was LeBron gonna retire? Right? He said he said it out loud. He's not gonna retire. He want to play with his son.
So what would the rush for?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if it's a physical toll, a mental toll,
I'm sure it's both, man. Because LeBron, people like LeBron is 1 in a million. So your son don't got that same mental fortitude you got. LeBron was a superstar at the sophomore in high school. He was on SportsCenter, so we knew where he was gonna be. His son ain't probably, man. His son just mentally and physically. We know he ain't what LeBron is physically. Then mental. It's hard to be what LeBron James is mentally. Everybody don't have that. That's a lot of fucking pride. I wouldn't want to be him. Shit. I'd be like, fuck basketball. I ain't finna play. My dad a billionaire. I know what the fuck I be saying. Shit.
I was surprised at how small that boy is. That boy is little.
He ain't big like LeBron. Now, hell, nah. He a little point guard.
But he don't play point guard. That's the big rub for everybody.
Because he can't dribble and shit like that.
He can't handle the ball like that. So that's asking a lot.
But yeah, I felt what Buddy and Black said too. You got to protect the family, cause like I said, he still got a little brother watching his. I don't know what his wife say. Your wife drive a lot of that shit. I don't know where she at home saying like you need to check him when you see him. Right. Your wife tell you shit like that too.
You better get on that shit.
Exactly. So you look like
yourself in the garage.
You look like, oh shit, this motherfucker over there. Let me go say something. And like I said, I applaud LeBron, cause they ain't make it a spectacle. Stephen A. didn't make it a spectacle. He just sat there and listened to him. It was like this, y'all seen it, and then he walked off. It wasn't no back and forth, wasn't no yelling. So, it just happened to get caught by cameras because you LeBron James. So,
and the angles that they caught it at, you know what I'm saying? You got big ass LeBron James, man, just big shoulder ass, man. He's just standing right over him. I'd be like, what the fuck? Hold on, man.
But I can't say it was wrong or right.
Stephen, they talk a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, he the top tier.
He say a lot of harsh ass shit. So
and
you got to be prepared that
I'm gonna show y'all.
Somebody say something.
I'm gonna show y'all something when we get off here, because y'all probably ain't seen it. They talked to Carmelo and Dwayne Wade about it. And they pretty much said the same shit Stephen A. said. So is it the messenger or is it the message? So you know what I'm saying? Because Dwayne Wade said he followed LeBron like I said. Like, man, it's a lot. And I'm his boys, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to show y'all when we get through with this. But, yeah, it's crazy, though.
But it's a point where, hey, as a parent, you don't necessarily always got to be on the right side. Sometimes that's some family shit, and you might not always be right, but I'm going to stand with you.
Oh, yeah.
And we can have a conversation
I'm stand with y'all.
Like, so that's I think that's a part of it, right? Like, he maybe knew he was wrong going into it, but he said, fuck it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my kid.
True.
Like, what you want to do? And then Stephen A. kind of contradicted himself a little bit with he said he respected as a father, but then he said what he did was weak. Which one is it?
He went back, right, when he was in your face, and when you on SportsCenter, you didn't say that, and then you went on the other podcast and said the shit was weak. So, like you said, which one is it?
And I know I'm joking around about fighting in the bathroom, but like they can't really do that. They too rich for that. And LeBron,
Right.
he honestly he's a role model to so many people, so he can't do that either. And then that's that kind of again, like I know I'm teetering back and forth because as a role model, he supposed to show them like he could take, you know.
And that's why I said that's
Take the
like
other side.
that's like the first
Take
time
the
we
high
ever
road.
really seen him go to them levels. So I applaud him for that because LeBron been doing a lot of scrutiny for a lot of years. He handled it better than anybody probably had ever handled any of that shit. But of course, I ain't want him to speak on it, but it ain't my child either. Because like I said, I'm a big advocate of never let him see you sweat. Like, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But it goes into the discussion of at what point is somebody talking shit or giving a take or whatever over the line.
But
You know, and who determines that?
that's what I'm saying. They do you take it like that, his dad. Because Stephen A. This ain't the first person who got into it. He got into it. But he always has been adamant about, I never say nothing personal about nobody. I say everything that pertains to the court, the football field. They play us. I never take no personal shots. So if you take it personal, that's on you. I'm the media. If you playing like shit, I'm gonna say you playing like shit. I ain't never take no personal like, oh, that motherfucking boy had a heart attack or some shit, like taking personal shots, or he just saying like, your dad said you better have to leave. The boy don't look like shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I tend to agree with all of that. But one thing I notice that's more prevalent in the NBA than it is in other leagues, and that's media, veterans, broadcasters take more shots at the NBA and people in the NBA and the style of play and all of this. Like you can look at TNT and Kenny Smith and them, and they spent a whole show talking shit about the league that's writing their checks. And you don't really see that like in the NFL. You don't have like kind of outside guys say some things, but like people associated who get paid by the league talking shit. You don't have it. The NBA, hockey don't do that. Baseball don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, Charles Barkley talked more shit about the NBA that paid all his checks and got him to where he is than anybody out there. You know what I mean? So it just seems like it's more fashionable for whoever to talk shit about the NBA and about NBA players than any other league.
I always just felt like the NBA here in the United States anyway was just, it's big. You'll know one of them players walking down the street before you know the average hockey player or the average baseball, and it's definitely football player because you got on a helmet. I think they like more up and close. Like you hear them all the time, get your pussy ass off me, because the camera's right there and they so close. You know, football you can't sit that close to fans and all of that. So I think it's like more in our face more too. Like me personally in the United States sport, it's a big ass. It's big.
It's a big sport. They got a lot of games too.
Yeah, and they got a lot of games too.
But I think like the most recent huge controversy in terms of the league was load management, and I thought the league was absolutely horrific because they let the players take that whole burden of that bullshit, and that was some shit that was started by the team.
Yeah, and people they under investigation right now.
And players don't just be having just this huge say. Yeah, certain guys may have that, but that's some team shit. That was started. The Spurs started that. They had some older players, and then the data started coming out and of what these back-to-back games do and the number of minutes and all that. But the league let the players take the brunt of all of that. These guys just choosing to sit out, and that just ain't the truth.
Right.
They probably is now a lot of them because once you start shit, you can't predict how it gonna go.
Oh, no,
like
man.
y'all
Look what they did to D Rose, man. Look what they did to D Rose. I'm still mad about that shit.
What?
Come on, man. They worked him into an injury.
You think that?
I know that they worked the man into an injury. He got his first serious injury. He didn't even need to be in the game.
I'm kind of on the wall about that though.
Talk to me.
I just feel like he was gonna get. He played reckless. He played real reckless. I felt he didn't have to be in the game at that point, But I felt it was inevitable for him to start getting those injuries like that. So that's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? What you think, G?
I mean, yeah, it was a point of the game. He didn't need to be in the game. No doubt about that. But he wanted to be in the game. My issue with the whole Derrick Rose thing is how he responded. You know, that he did not go with the protocol in terms of his rehabilitation. He just did.
He said that's a lie too on the podcast I was watching.
I know.
But that's what you think.
Yeah, that's
I
what
mean, I'm
think.
just going off his word. What he think? He said when he went out there after they cleared him, he said when he decelerated, he could feel something like, "Boy, it's not right. Like I'm not finna play. It's not. Y'all can't tell me to play, and I know my body." So, you know what I'm saying?
And I, as somebody not at that level, but I had ACL surgery.
Okay.
So, shit, it's a long time for that thing feel right. You know what I mean? Every move you make feel funny and feel like something bad is gonna happen. But at the same time, that's being balanced by the fact that this muscle that he's been developing and this physical level of physical fitness that he's developed, he's been developing for years. But as soon as that injury happens, that starts to diminish. It starts to go away. And as soon as they make that first incision in, like when I had my surgery, they put you in rehab a lot of times ahead of time to kind of keep your muscles strong. As soon as the next day when I looked at my leg, it looked like two different legs because it atrophies just that quickly. So that's what they're battling, because that more than anything will contribute to re-injuring it, and that's not having the strength that you need to have. So they have a protocol. As you reach these certain milestones, this is what you do. You move to this, you move to this, you move to this. And yeah, you're going to be out there and that shit ain't going to feel right. It's just natural.
Yeah.
That's just part of the process. So yeah, because name somebody else. Name somebody else in the league that had that shittier outcome.
I mean, some people have shit, but I can name somebody and they play like how they always play,
Who was from the Rockets?
Which is
Who was the center from the Japanese?
Yao Ming. But Yao Ming is a big,
that
tall
shit put him out,
motherfucker.
right? His injury put him out.
Most guys who big, tall like that, though, they have
it's tougher,
problems.
but you have
But there's one player in particular I'm thinking of that came back and played exactly how he played with Russell Westbrook. He had the same type of injuries. But it goes back to the Bronny and LeBron thing. Everybody ain't got that mental capacity to push through that shit like G's saying. Like, so mentally, he probably was weak at some point. Because some motherfucker feel some shit and be like, man, I'm going to play. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So could have been some mental weakness too, which is a lot when you get injured because you're mental. You get in the car accident, you get PTSD. Like, you stop it, you hitting the brakes. That's how it be. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and a lot of people, like I think a lot of people talking about it, and you hear, it's such a part of the lexicon of sports, ACL surgery. And I think a lot of people really don't know, like, what the surgery involves. Like,
I mean, if you never had it, you can never.
Exactly what it is they do.
Nah, you don't know if you ain't never had it. Because I don't.
So you have two main ligaments that run up through the middle of your knee. The ACL, anterior cruciate ligament, and then there's one in front of it. I forget the name, but it's a ligament as well. So that ligament tears, and it's a ligament that keeps your leg from bending backwards. All right, so what they do to repair that is they take a piece of donor tissue. Back in my day, they used the middle tendon, your patella tendon. They will cut a piece of that out to make a new ligament. Now they use a thigh tendon and different sites that they'll use. So now they have to install this new piece of ligament. So basically what they do is they take a drill and they drill a hole up through the center of your leg, and then they feed this new piece of tendon in, and they have a jig that they put on there so that all the angles and everything are correct. Then they take screws and screw that piece of ligament in on each end. So that's a lot of healing that has to go on.
That sounds fucked up. I ain't gonna lie.
That's why I said, well, nobody know if you didn't go through shit. You can't imagine.
Yeah, so
you can only imagine.
It's a thing.
So it take a lot of your brain too.
And it used to,
And like you
when
said,
that surgery first came out, it was automatic a year, automatic. But now you got guys that come back. You get a guy that hurt, they'll get hurt at the beginning of the football season, and he can play. He'll play in the playoffs.
I mean, Adrian Peterson did that. He came back faster than anybody when he told us that. But
You know.
some people are mentally, some people heal different. So if it ain't me, I don't know. But that's what he said. Like something didn't feel right. So Derrick Rose didn't help himself with a lot of shit he was saying. So
I had my ACL. I had my ACL surgery 40 years ago. And shit. And sometimes, well, maybe not that long. Not 20, like 20, 25 years. And some days that shit still don't feel right.
But
you know,
I wish he could have played though. We could have seen that. We already seen what he could have been.
Wish I could have seen him go to fruition, man.
Yeah.
He was a bad boy.
But yeah, we're gonna move on from that though. Yeah, because we had to talk about that shit all day, man.
I mean,
I'm thinking about all my injuries.
Yeah,
like,
right. Like, damn, my knee have been feeling kind of funny. We go get an X-ray.
If I did hoop before today, I would have quit right now. This has been a moment. I'm like, you know what? Hey, man, I ain't gonna make it to the park tomorrow.
After hearing that shit, right?
Dude, hey, man.
So
I hooped a lot, but I was 40, or right at 40. When I tore mine.
See, he shouldn't have been his ass up there. No,
and it was like a weird set of circumstances. I hadn't been playing, and I was going through a divorce. I had gained a lot of weight, so I wasn't really right. And as soon as it happened, I didn't know it was necessarily that, but I knew it wasn't right.
You was out there like Joe Budden now, huh?
Right, it looked terrible.
I was out there just raggedy, and then I tried to play a little bit. After that, I played a little bit, but I was like,
shit wasn't right, huh?
Yeah. Nah,
so speaking about something that ain't right, what's up with y'all boy Kanye West, man?
Oh man,
crazy boy's crazy.
I'm going Kanye crazy.
He ain't right. He ain't right. What you think about it, buddy?
First and foremost, man, I love Kanye. All right, I gotta put a disclaimer out there.
Right.
Because like, damn, I miss the old Kanye. Hey, but like I know everybody got their takes on him. It fucks me up because I'm like, all right, hey, he got mental health issues. He's going through it. Okay, that's something. Got to give him a little grace there. But somebody got to cut the fucking camera off, cut the phone off, whatever it is. Like, again, that goes back to, like, who's in your corner, who's with you. I know, like, he used to have his real family in his corner. They say he been, like, confiding in his dad a lot these days. Oh, damn. His dad need to take the fucking belt to him or something like that because he on some different shit.
Yeah, he is tweaking. He got the swastika charm on his chain, and he something wrong with Kanye, man. He got some mental issues, man. I can't even take up for him at no aspect now. Musically, like you said, talent. Oh yeah, he got that.
Hey, I saw that swastika. I was like, I hope that's some gang shit. I hope he on some gang shit, and that's all he represented or something like that.
How could you be with a swastika?
Damn.
That's crazy.
Well, I will say this as just that symbol in and of itself. I mean, we all know what it has come to mean, but that symbol has appeared in other cultures and other religions, over history. But it was taken by the Nazis to mean something specific, and that's what we're all familiar with. My thing with them is, all of that's weird and crazy, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, what's the mentality of a dude to have your girl out here, somebody that you say that you love, to have your girl out here looking like that, half naked all the time and whatnot. Like what's the message you're trying to send with that? Make me understand. Like you say, make that make sense. That don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? And I was watching an interview with Amber Rose. She was like that. She wasn't really down with that shit, when they was together. Like,
but her ass was doing it, though. I don't be want to hear that shit. She did it for years, too. That money, she don't mention that part. And I could believe he wants you like that, but you went with it. I know I'm crying when I'm doing it. Don't do it, motherfucker. Shit.
So it just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed kind of weird. Like,
that almost becomes cultish, right? Like, I don't want to do it, but I am doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that, Stockholm Syndrome or some shit like that?
Hey.
But
guess
it
what?
don't look like Stockholm Syndrome from the outside looking in. Like, so, I mean, she play a part to it, too.
Guess what? How many girls your broke ass can get to do that? I ain't calling you broke like that,
you
but
can call me broke. You can call me broke.
Like
I have to go into a building where they already look like that. You see what I'm saying? Hey, shit. Let me talk to my wife a little crazy.
right. like,
Man, if you don't get your ass on.
you ain't doing that show with them motherfuckers no more. I don't know what they told you, but your man for that. What you gonna say soon? You go there. I want you to wear this. What?
Hey man, I'm at a point in my life and relationship. Motherfucker, that shit is uncomfortable. Go on somewhere, beat it.
Right.
Exactly. I don't care if I take you and your money and your stinking ass coochie and get the fuck out of here, man. That's what I say. I ain't gonna lie, man. If for something I don't want to do, I ain't doing it. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. See, I don't sell myself for money. They sell themselves for money. Then they want to whine and shit. Hey.
Yeah, people think selling your soul is like a whole ritual and sacrifice a virgin and all that. No, it's doing shit out of your character.
Exactly.
It's
For
doing
money.
shit out of, for gains in general. Like, hey man, what you doing out here? You pushing the wrong message because it ain't you. And if it ain't you, then don't do it.
I'm with you, buddy, in black. I'm all the way with you. That's selling your soul. Like you said, they always thinking that you got to sacrifice somebody. No, selling your soul is for amount of money. You'll go over here and fuck around with your brother, wife, and shit like that. That's selling your soul. To me, anything that's out of character for you, and you'll do it like, oh, G was paying me, that's sucker shit. You selling your soul.
That's that question they be asking people, right? Hey, how much, I got 100 racks right here for you right now. I'm trying to spend one night with your wife. Wait, man, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Well, so
Oh, shit. You gonna make this money real quick.
Hey, man, him just talking about this shit.
That's an investment. I'm about to get my return.
All right, so he been with Kim Kardashian, Amber Rose,
Right.
and this latest chick. So who was he with first?
He would came Amber Rose first between them three.
So I can see her point that they were in this relationship and all of a sudden, boom, he dropped this on her and she was conflicted. But then like especially like this latest girl, like if she get to a point and say, I feel horrible, he was making me worry. Yeah, but you already know what this is about. You know what I mean? You already know the direction that this is going because this is at this point this is a trend. This is what he does. So for her to say that shit, not so much. Kim Kardashian, she kind of give me the impression that she down with whatever and shit to make money and whatever it is for the gram, she gonna do it.
I think to a point.
So
But shit, she had his kids though, so I think it's a little bit different for her because I'm like, damn, did she really have the kids? She was bigger than him. I don't know. Oh, shit. That's a good point.
They his kids though. So
They
like
his
you said,
kids. But
like,
she didn't really have.
I'm once you get to a certain age and shit, man, you your ass know better. Now that shit we talking about all the guys from here did with them little kids, he wrong and shit. But when you get to a certain age, you 30 years old, you can't say, oh, he had me necking. I'm not buying this shit.
Amber Rose
Me
was
personally.
young though, I think when they
She wasn't that young when they got together and shit. She wasn't that young. She wasn't no kid. And even after that though, Amber Rose, people think Amber Rose, she's a money getter. She's a money getter too. You don't know her for doing shit but fucking with niggas.
He definitely crossed the line though when it came to like the kid and shit like that. Talking about Wiz, you should thank me for your son.
Yeah.
He crossed the
He
line,
always
right?
crossing the line, Kanye.
Yeah.
First show, he always crossing the line. We ain't gonna get that twisted, but like you said,
but he one of them cats that talk a lot of shit, but always gonna stay in a position where he ain't gotta really face nobody about that. Like if I bet right now today, if he was somewhere and Wiz walked into the room unexpectedly, he looking crazy in the face.
Oh yeah. Especially Wiz, tall ass, fucking UFC fight
right,
ass, man.
right.
Go
I
body his ass.
don't take Kanye at the fighting time. He just be talking a lot of shit behind
Talk a
us.
lot of shit.
He gonna be looking from behind that security. Fuck you, that big ass security.
Right. But at the same time, if you can talk a lot of shit that boldly, is that what freedom look like? Because sometimes Kanye remind me of Franklin at the end of Snowfall.
Yeah, and I ain't never get to the end, but go ahead.
Oh shit!
Go
So I
ahead.
already fucked it up for you.
No.
didn't I?
I heard. You know, everybody
At
told
the
me.
end of Snowfall, he had an opportunity. Basically, he fell off. Right. Long
Right.
story short.
Right,
he
I
was
know
up.
that.
Yeah, he was up, and in the end, he was down. And in his fall off, he became an alcoholic, and he was just going through some
People
shit.
talking to him any kind of way.
Yeah. He basically one of the guys that you might give $1 to and shit.
Yeah.
Just cause you feel bad and you knew him for a while. He been around the neighborhood and shit like that. So everybody know him, but he lost all his respect. He lost his humanity at a point, right? He don't say shit that makes sense no more. He's screaming, talking to himself, singing and shit, right? One of those guys. And his boy came back and offered him a chance at redemption. Like, hey man, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna get you back on your feet. And he basically like, nah, I'm free. Like, you don't get it. Yeah, this is my
okay.
choice. He's like, this is my choice. I don't need to get back on. This is where I'm at. This is my choice.
Oh, okay.
This is my redemption. I'm like, damn. And I feel like sometimes that's where Kanye's at. He's been so up, and he like a fucking graph chart. Like he go up and down, like it's.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker crazy.
He's at the point where he's kind of defining his own freedom. So but then again, your freedom is shitting on other people though.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, I can't really get behind it.
That make a lot of
think-
sense, though.
I think there's definitely some validity to
Yeah, that make a lot
point.
of sense.
But I look at who he tries to align himself with, you know, and what they are about. Like what did you say earlier about the 5 people you're around the most is generally who you gonna act like.
Right.
So look at the people that he's tried to align himself with, and they that same type shit talking motherfucker that don't want to have any accountability for the shit that they say, and that they want to be able to do and say whatever the fuck they want to say to you and about you or anybody else, and then as soon as some kind of accountability comes their way, they victims.
Right.
Candace Owens, the
Trump.
president,
Yep.
they all the same.
All the red hatters.
They all the
Red-hatters.
same. As soon as some accountability
red-hatters.
come their way, and why you picking at me and you talking and why could you say that and how could you now you done talk shit for an hour about me.
That's true.
And call me out my name, use whatever epithet you want to use, but now as soon as I have something to say back, now it's a problem.
Yeah, I ain't never
And
with.
so that's why
My
I get lost. Like in redemption, all that you full of shit.
My biggest
that.
thing, kind of what Buddy and Black said, and you could be free, but I'd never be with people shitting on other people. So feel like they free. That's where the sucker shit come in at. Cause you do what you choose. Like my daughter, when she was coming up and shit, I asked her a question, and she like, you don't want me to be like that. You want me to be that? I said, you be whatever you want to be, but don't think you got to step on people's head to get where you need to go or belittle people to get anything else. Even if it's a stripper, of course I don't want you being a stripper, but who you hurting, that's your life. Like, do what the fuck you want to do, but like you said, I don't want you belittling people, and I got to stab this guy in the back to get what I want. Yeah, that's sucker shit, because you can live your life how you want to. You got to deal with the consequences that come with it, but you can live your life how you want to. But
I tell my daughter that same shit from Lion King. I say, everything the light touches is yours. I say, well, that's mine too, and everybody outside too.
Yeah.
When you share this shit, you gotta respect it. You gotta
Exactly.
respect Don't be throwing shit out the window. Don't be doing all this extra shit. Respect the people that you around. This is our community. Like, you know,
that's a good way to tell you. Yep, that's a good thing to teach you. I liked that example too. Yeah, like it's all about light and shit. So be respectful of them. Like you said, don't be belittling me. You got a black mother. You got a black. Don't be talking about slavery was a choice and all that stupid shit. That shit's stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's a problem. That's a problem too, because the same way we talking about accountability, we held like holding LeBron to a standard. Whether Kanye wants to be or not.
Oh yeah,
he's
you
an
out
icon.
here.
He's
Exactly.
an icon. And his fans ain't all black. They could be white, black, everything.
Probably
His
got
fans are
more white
everybody.
fans than black fans.
Yeah, and so to say that shit, you kind of confusing some people on what the facts are of life. Like, hey, we can't be going backwards.
You belittling your own race. That's your fucking race that was slaves and shit, you know?
Well, yeah, and see, and that's for me, you know, the previous point you made, that's kind of where it begins to break down, because if you talk about this as free or this is freedom that you're seeking, I guess my thought, for me to feel truly free, I'm not really worried about anybody else. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm just doing, but you still seeking this limelight. You still seeking to be out here, but then you want to act like you some kind of victim.
That's true.
No, dog, it don't work like that.
Yeah, you can't be a renegade
You know,
and a victim.
It's called accountability. Accountability, yeah, and that's all it is. You think you're supposed to just be able to say and do what you want to do, and then when you have reaped some kind of backlash behind it, then now it's a problem.
Yeah, it go back.
And then somebody like him is the first one to say, "Oh, well, you know, the Jews run it and they do this." All right, well, they ran it and they ran it, didn't they?
Right. Yeah, it go back to a saying like
you said your bullshit and they ran it.
like what Buddy and Black said. Go back to a saying I always told my child, like, you can't be grown when you want to and a kid, because she tried to play that. She want to be grown when she want to, then she want to be a kid. Try to play that game. No, you gotta. If you're a gangster, be a gangster. Don't cry when this gangster shit and they give you 100 years like we see the guy do in the courtroom. You can't, I always have a saying, I say you can't have your chest and your hand out. Either you tough You begging, you need something from me, or fuck me, you tough. So you can't have your chest and your hand out like this. That shit don't look right. It don't flat. So you a gangster, or you not. So that's like G said. Nah, you can't be crying and shit. They took my money and all that shit. They took my design. You talking big shit. So you can't. Like you said, we're getting you all this money. We're gonna take it away and shit too. So
Yeah,
can't cry.
Playing the victim is a problem. That's definitely a problem.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
So let me ask this question. All right, so when he first started coming out with all this wild shit, and who was that? Balenciaga? Who was that? He lost? No, he lost
Adidas.
He lost Adidas.
Yeah, he lost all that fucking money.
It's a bunch of shit. Louis Vuitton, all
But
that.
Adidas the one with
So-
them Yeezy sleep.
Yeah.
So he lost a lot of potential money. He lost money that was contractually agreed, right?
Yeah,
But a lot of money he lost was really on paper.
yeah.
So did he really miss it?
Nah, he ain't miss. Even if, like you said earlier when you did your math, like I'm poor, so a third of my shit is fucked up. Take half of his shit, he worth $2 million. You still got to be. If they took the cash, you still got $1 billion. So nah, he's actually they actually let him come back from the shit, and then he's doing shit again. Cause Kanye was starting to work his way back and shit.
Yeah.
Cause they don't let people survive from shit like that. They was letting him work his way back to where he got the money back. He became a billionaire again, and then he started doing shit again. So like you said, like I can't rock with him as a person like that. Like,
Because the reason I asked that question, because I was going through and looking at some videos, and the guy that that's famous that worked with Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger.
he died. Yeah,
Yeah,
Charlie
he died,
Munger.
but
He died,
one of the
yeah.
videos he was saying is like, he's like, a lot of these people ain't really rich like that, like they want
Not on paper.
like
Nah.
they really want to tell you they are. And he's like, they are rich to where, yeah, if you cash in your stock or whatever you are, but at a certain point, that shit can well, you can wake up tomorrow and that should be worth nothing.
Yeah.
So are you really rich? And I'm kind of paraphrasing what he was saying.
Yeah, they don't all have
His
like
discussion was a
physical
little more in depth in terms of what he.
Nah, I get what you're
what
saying.
people consider to be
I get what
rich.
you're saying, but we know that motherfucker filthy rich. He rich like a motherfucker, but nah, I get what you're saying. If it ain't right here, like somebody who win the lottery, the big game, they got more money than these motherfuckers. Like cash, money, asset, like
Liquid.
cash, liquid. Yeah, they got it. You don't even got liquid. You go off your name. Like if I sell my name to this person, I can make this much money. Your potential and shit is what you living off. You know what I'm saying? But
That's why Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Poor Dad,
Yeah,
always
yeah.
say, he said rich people,
fuck with him.
they play with debt. But They know
Exactly.
how to use that. He call it good debt. He's like, hey, I'm in debt, but not in the way that you think. He's like, I'm out here rich as hell. I'm living my rich life.
that's what Trump
Yeah,
do.
that's what they do. That's
Yeah.
how they don't pay taxes because
Exactly.
they borrow against these assets and then they live off of this borrowed money. They pay back the interest and whatnot, but they're living off of this borrowed money. That money's not taxable.
Yeah. Hey, it's easy to play the system that's built for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. And hey, that's what it's for. Shit. But since we talked about that, and I know your man G Man always living like that Trump. He always playing. He know how to play the tax game and all that. What y'all thought about him with the Ukrainian president in the White House? That shit is like a Saturday Night Live script to me and shit. I was watching. I'm like, this shit just say weird as hell.
Yeah, it looked like he was about to get violated for a second. I was like, hold on, man. They about to jump him
On
on
TV?
TV? Like, oh, this shit crazy as hell, man.
That's
Look at G.
that's the kind of bullshit that the uneducated masses love. That chaotic ass gangster. Like I'm a tough guy because if Zelensky had stood up and slapped the shit out of him, he'd have cried like a girl.
Yeah, and he had overreacted, try to start a war and all this. Hey, man, he just slapped
He'd
you.
have cried like a girl. And everything he do out his feelings and how he feeling about shit.
Yeah.
Knowledge and reading and depth of thought. He as base a human being as you can get. He operate every day off his feelings and how people feel about him, how he think people feel about him, how he want people to feel about him. Because to me, he's super insecure. Because he see guys like Obama and Clinton and all them. He want to be that dude. He want to be that. He want to be that dude that when they go into a room, everybody happy to see him. Everybody want to talk to him. Everybody want to be around him. And these motherfuckers who don't owe him shit and that he don't owe nothing.
He don't feel like that.
He don't want
shit he be doing.
He don't want to be that dude. He wants to be that dude. But he don't understand what goes into being that dude.
Right.
And the kind of level of knowledge you have to have.
And grace.
And grace and education that you have to have. And understanding and empathy. And Pritzker talked about like some of these people that people think are really smart, but that he said just all you got to do is look at the person without a sense of humor, and that's the person that really ain't as smart as you think they are. He said the world is full of fools, and yeah, they got certain skills and shit like that, but you know, people that don't have empathy and that don't have an understanding of how other people feel and how the world works. He said he said them ain't the smart people in the world.
Yeah, he don't know how to. He don't know how to have that perspective of what the other man's shoes are. You gonna talk to him a certain way. First off, you raising your voice at the leader of a whole nother country. Like that shit.
Right.
That shit wrong in general. What are you showing to the world? Not that that's the first time. It's not out of character. It sucks to say that, but it's not even out of character for him.
Because he want people to think he a gangster. He want people to think that he like this big tough guy.
Yeah. Hey, shit! You saw what happened to his last vice president, man. They went
Oh
over there
yeah.
Hey, he sent the mob over there. That shit different.
But one thing ain't nobody ever got to worry about is him doing shit.
He ain't gonna do shit himself.
He ain't gonna do shit.
That's most of them though. They ain't gonna do
that
shit.
That couldn't bust a grape with a sledgehammer. You know, he can't bust a grape.
Hey,
but that's what all of them like out there. Oh yeah, they like all that old barking and all that old bitch ass shit.
But it looked like a Saturday Night Live script, and he told the guys something about dropping bombs, like there was something disrespectful. Y'all wouldn't have this if we ain't send y'all money, and he was just. It was crazy. Like y'all say, he had no empathy. He don't give a fuck what he be saying.
And they said that
like,
Zelensky was telling them, you know, why should I get involved with some kind of talk about a truce? He said all of these other agreements, Putin been breaking that shit like it wasn't shit to him.
Right.
He said, so why should I waste my time?
Yeah, fool me once, right?
That's all he's saying. Why should I waste my time?
Yeah, and then sure enough,
and I can't blame him.
Putin went around and declined the whole offer in the first place. So hey, y'all, I hope you keep that same energy with him.
Dude, I can't blame him with Putin. I don't want to trust Putin far as I can throw him. Shit.
Putin said straight up, he's like, I ain't giving that shit back.
Exactly. You
So
see
I
what
took
I'm saying?
it. Get down, lay down. That's what he's on.
Exactly.
Hey,
State property. Get down and lay down.
He on some different shit.
You know,
But yeah, they were like, why you don't got a suit on? It was crazy. I never seen no shit like that. Just like you said, from the White House president.
Even Putin, another dude. Maybe just what I see, and maybe I'm weird. But I always wonder about a dude. Every time you see him, he always got to have his shirt off. And he always got to show everybody what a man he is and whatnot. Who the fuck you trying to convince? Me or that motherfucker in the mirror?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't give a shit what kind of man you are. And what I think is only gonna go as far as that handshake you give me, and me and you looking each other in the face and talking. All this other girly ass shit you out here doing that you think make you look like a man, make it look kind of fruity to me. That's just my thought process. I wonder about him. I always want to walk around and he play against the Soviet national hockey team, and they let this motherfucker score 5 goals, and he walking around looking like I'm a hell of a hockey player. And get the fuck out of here.
So that's illegal over there, and you think he might be a little...
Fuck out of here.
Hey, at what point in time do you stop doing thirst traps?
You
That what he's doing? He doing a thirst trap?
You motherfuckers on the down low and shit. Y'all need to stop and shit.
Oh, shit. But they got Trump though with Zelensky, that Ukrainian president. That was crazy. I never seen no shit like that in my life.
It's disrespectful, man. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, they both humans, regardless of what country they represent. They people. I don't even know what the fucking vice president. I don't know enough about politics if that was normal or not. But what was the vice president doing there in the first place? When it shouldn't be a one-on-one conversation.
And he was talking shit too.
Hey man, if you don't stay your ass back in that
right,
chair,
he was talking shit too. I was like, these motherfuckers is crazy.
Not to mention, like, let's just talk about business code, right? Formal code. Every country, people from every nation don't wear suits.
Yeah, it ain't suit.
Everybody
It
don't wear
depends
suit
on
and ties.
It depends on where you from.
Yeah. So like that shit might not even apply the same way to them.
Yeah.
He probably, hey man.
I mean, I've seen Zelensky in suits and shit.
But we don't know, like you said.
But why? I don't even know why anybody be worried about that. Because if I was him, I'd have said, "Why are you worried?"
I didn't. When I seen him walking up, I didn't think like, "Damn, why you got that on?" I never. You know, some people you be like, Now, why the fuck he got that on? It didn't look like that. He had on black. He had on a nice little shirt.
Well, and then he been the wartime president. So he been like in the fatigue.
Yeah, he like
Kanye.
yeah.
He might have
So
to stick and
it
move.
did kind of surprise me that he came all the way to the United States and they bring no clothes and shit. Because that's like kind of unusual, but I don't think it's unprecedented.
But yeah, that some shit like Buddy and Black said we shouldn't.
But,
That's like belittle him. You was trying to belittle him, like
Man.
he was just saying.
But maybe he was sending the message he wanted to send.
It could have been too.
That
You don't
this-
run me, motherfucker.
That you ain't worth me putting a suit on.
And you don't run me. Like, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do.
But also, if I'm the people in Ukraine and we fucked up out here right now, I don't know how it looks over there, but let's say we fucked up. And you out here in this fancy ass suit, man, just taking trips. We out here fighting and shit.
Yeah, so it depends.
I'm gonna feel away.
Yeah, it depends on where.
Man, if you
yeah,
don't take that fucking suit off and shit, you see us over here.
Hey, so it depends on, like you said, the level of shit. Yeah, because I'm gonna get mad. You owe me some other money, or we struggling, and now you on trips and shit.
Like
So,
I said,
get that too.
he's sending the message that he need to send.
Yeah.
So, it was just crazy to me, man. It would go crazy to me. But hey, I ain't gonna try to.
I just wanted to stand up and just slap a man. Now what?
You know he wouldn't have made it out though if he would have did that.
All they gonna do is tackle him.
He was in the United States. He would have fucked him
That's all
up.
they gonna do.
I don't know, but NATO, that would have fucked us up. I don't know. That would have put America. If he would have smacked the shit out of him, and they wouldn't have let that man go, it might have been a problem. For
All they would do is tackle him and put it back on his plane.
He was gonna leave with a black eye, so he was gonna
Okay.
he
He
was
might
gonna
have twist his nose a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Okay, but I'm just saying, Trump ain't gonna do shit to him.
I know. Hey, when you're a boss though, you don't have to do it all the time and shit.
Yeah, he smacked that hair right up.
His hair would have came out. That shit been funny.
Damn.
Hey, but hey, that's funny. Y'all funny, man. Hey, I don't want to hold us all day. I got one thing before we leave, man. We kind of spoke about this off camera. Everybody know Gene Hackman passed, and his wife, who's like 32 years younger than him, passed. Even the motherfucking dog passed. Like it was a weird situation. So they saying his wife passed before him. Gene Hackman wasn't in the best. He was 95, basically 100. So of course we ain't expecting him to be in his best physical, and his mental wasn't right. He had dementia, Alzheimer's, one on real bad. So his wife died, he died, the dog died, and it had been like 7 days or some shit before people found him. So my question to y'all is, if y'all was at home and passed, how long y'all think it'd be for somebody came looking for you?
Yeah, we gonna have to start talking about which year.
You gotta be specific, huh?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like right now, though. If something happened.
Right now, people know me to put my phone to the side and just like I call you at 6 in the morning or some weird shit. Why the fuck you calling me right now? So it might take a day, a couple days, maybe. I think a couple days max. You know, before it was somebody like, all right, he acting up. Let me go ring his bell or something, knock on the door.
Right.
But you know, some
Just
years
regular.
ago, a couple hours back. But I don't like to be so accessible in general.
Yeah.
And that's just the sense of I'm connected with my family. Sometimes you got to disconnect from the rest of the world a little bit, you know. So it could take a couple days, maybe. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna be mummified. I hope not. Shit, I hope not. I hope they find me in a good enough position.
Hey, one thing I'm gonna tell you, what me and my mama always talk about, you ain't gonna feel it. What about you,
No,
G?
I'm petty. I will come back mad as hell. I'm petty.
So it's a good, you know, off the top
Never
of it,
thought about
it wouldn't
that.
be long. But
Yeah.
yeah, thinking about it and kind of thinking about like where I'm at in my life and like my family's kind of spread out and smaller, and man, it might be a few days, it might be a minute.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
ain't gonna lie, man. Just off, I can be the mummified motherfucker up in the house, man.
Oh, shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I straight up could, because even like my closest relatives, and we still are close, we don't like
Talk every
talk
day.
like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess in kind of retrospect, I need to start doing a little better. You know, we need to start establishing a little more frequent lines of communication.
And it kind of made me think like what you speaking to now, G. Cause I'm thinking too, and like you said, besides probably working a corporate job, and the job knowing you for your track record is just not coming to work or something, they might alert your family or something, your emergency contact. But just off the top in general, I think it might be a few days for me too. Like, and I'm like, and I, like you said, when we brought this conversation up, I never thought that deep. And I'm like, I'm kind of like Buddy and Black. Like, I don't like being accessible like that, but like, god damn, like,
Man.
You really can be in motherfucking dead and people don't check on you for a few days. I don't know if that's good. So it make me want to get somebody out to check on me every day now. It kind of make me feel like that. Like, man, make sure you hear from me today and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Even if it's us, like, man, just text me back.
Well, like we know each other and we in regular contact. So like, that would be my saving grace. Like if I'm still working,
Right,
you know what I mean?
working, yeah.
But like if I was like right now, if I was
You retire,
retired,
exactly.
like even y'all wouldn't like have the same contact with me,
Exactly.
you know, that you normally would have when I'm working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By and large. But yeah,
Hey, that's a good point. That work shit, because somebody, okay, you miss a couple days of work, but you hear that no call, no show.
Yeah, if it ain't your history, you know you got some people who do that shit.
Right,
And,
right.
and that's why they tell you it's not good to do shit like that, because now I'm thinking you just ain't call in, motherfucker. But if you know somebody,
on social media.
yeah, but if you know somebody who, this motherfucker been here 10 years, he ain't never not just called and shit. So then that bring your antennas up, man. You heard from buddy, you heard from G, like what the fuck going on? So, but yeah, like G said, like, man, it's weird. It make me think now, even if I just text y'all ass, be like, let's just text each other every day, man, and be like, you good? Yeah, good. You text me back, you good. But yeah, that's scary though, to just be in the house like that and 6-7 days they kicked out the door. We had this motherfucker mummified, stankin' this shit.
everybody people tried to make it something sinister. His family is this and that. He had a lot of money. And
Nah,
all
but
that.
it can happen.
First thing I thought was like a gas leak or something.
I thought like carbon
Yeah, because
monoxide.
that's the first thing they said.
damn,
Right
they
away,
got
they
that.
kind of said that,
Yeah, I thought
that the
carbon
coroner
monoxide.
said carbon monoxide was.
But once they said that 2 other dogs, I knew it wasn't carbon monoxide. They like 2 other dogs. I'm like, damn. So now that's weird.
Yeah.
It's still weird to me because I never really seen nothing like this up close and
I
personal.
just want to know one thing. Fuck was the dog doing in the closet, man? That's some weird shit. They put that dog in the closet.
Right. What he doing in the closet? You know, punishment or something?
He wasn't barking or nothing. He just died. What the fuck?
But then when they said what she died from, I was like, when I looked up on my phone, I'm like, you know, like what viruses or what bacteria that rodents carry, and hunter virus is one, and it's like 2 or 3 of them. And I think we were talking about like it's a toxoplasmosis that cats carry, that you know that pregnant women are supposed to be around cats. So yeah, I was actually in the hospital for a couple of days from a bacterial infection I got from the family cat.
Scratch your eye.
Got scratched, and they call it cat scratch. And my eye was like swole shut. And when I went to the emergency room, they was like, damn, they was thinking like something was going on with my heart. And then finally, a couple of days later, this infectious disease doctor, she came in and she showed me in the book what it was.
I was going to say a fucked up joke, but it might be a little too early. I'll tell y'all off camera. I'm going to say a fucked up joke when G started mentioning that, like, what happened. And shit. But now, rest in peace to Gene Hackman, his wife. Rest in peace to his dog. It was a sad situation, but he did live a great life. 95 years old. Most average person ain't living to 95 years old. So
I wish I did know somebody lived to 91 even. Got
that's what I'm saying. So I ain't feeling sorry for him, but his wife, she was much young. She was y'all like same age.
Yeah.
So, and, man, rest in peace to them. But it was weird. So I don't know. I might be texting y'all ass, man. You might be like, this nigga be texting me every motherfucking day now, man. It just gonna be like, is you good? Text me back, man.
Yeah.
So if you don't text me back the whole day, I'm gonna be like, hey, buddy, when you turn your phone, text me back, man. You don't text me the whole day, now I'm gonna be like, God damn, what the fuck?
So you gonna reach out like, you good? I'm like, I ain't dead yet.
Exactly.
Hey, if I'll text you back, come check on me. That girl that did something.
That's
to
what
me.
I'm saying for the whole day. I give you an hour because we be sleep, or like he said, he have family time, do not disturb. I get that, but the whole day, I might have to come looking for y'all and
She
shit.
she be like, what you doing here? and shit?
Exactly.
Where G at?
Hey, beating on the
Hey,
hey,
under sleep and shit.
beating on the door hard as hell. What you do with him? Like what?
Fuck carbon monoxide in here, man.
Right.
She be like,
but-
"Mama, don't make me pull this baseball bat out."
But now I might do that to y'all though, for real, because that do work. G know how I be worried too. Anytime he leave me, I say, man, let me know you at home, man. And then I would text him back like, motherfucker, you at home? Where the fuck you at? So,
I wake up the next day, I be out there, oh my bad.
cause a lot of stuff happens out here. So it do make me think. Like you said, I ain't gonna be accessible to everybody, cause I'm kind of like Buddy and Black. I like my peace now, and the less accessible I am, my peace. But I will have on 1 or 2 people. I'm saying that I'm gonna reach out to more now, cause I don't want to be in this motherfucker no fat age and shit dead. Shit, so Yeah, that's crazy. Rest in peace to Gene Hackman, his wife.
Yeah.
So, y'all got anything before we get up out of here? Talk to the people, G. Look in the camera. Talk to the people.
Man, love yourselves. Love one another. Treat everybody like you want to be treated.
What you got, buddy, in black?
Take care of them kids.
Hey, you want to shout out your Instagram, your what you got going on? Let the people know.
Yeah, we on YouTube and TikTok. Watch Me Not TV. Got the food reviews, got the drink reviews. You know, I ain't got my cup with me right now, but I got a little something in the car.
I'm gonna put it in the description though. Y'all can link up and go follow his page and see if he giving your restaurant you lying about a good review or whatever. So, you know, like I always say, man, take care. Don't belittle nobody. We all in the same boat. We all in the same gang. When they say gang, we really all in the same goddamn gang. If you cut me open, my blood gonna be red. If you need a level, you can possibly use my level. It don't matter what color you is. So stop all that bullshit and love one another. We out of here.